there, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life, and this is a video a day called Scraptember, and this one is for Cut It Out, where Lisa and I use the same cut file right there and give you two different takes. I'm so excited that we brought this back in the month of September. You'll see this probably a little bit more. So I decided to take this cut file from Paper Issues. It had a jar with a bunch of hearts and stuff on it along with flowers. And I decided to do this in my traveler's notebook for my daughter. And all of the collection that I'm using is Glitter Girl from Chanel. I don't think I grabbed anything else out. Oh, I do grab one thing, which is my title. I do grab it from the box of colors, but it's still Chanel. So here I am. I'm just going through all of the papers, trying to figure out what I want to do, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do on backing the jar, so I decided I'm going to do the insert first. And I had this diagonal piece that was left over. It's got this gold shimmery type thing, and I used it on a different layout. I did, like, on a 12 by 12, I cut it down diagonally of it, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to diagonally do it on the Traveler's Notebook. Excuse me, sorry. And here I am, I'm just cutting off the edges, and then I decided that I wanted to place it kind of and leave a little bit open, so I decided to cut some of this off just so that there was a little bit of a bigger opening, because that little bit of an opening is where I'm going to put the picture, and I had to take off some of the adhesive that I put on. So there it is, there's the adhesive that I'm putting on in that corner, and then I'm going to place that and cut that down. And let's see here. So here I am. Now I'm going to take the cut file and I'm going to go through and I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to use. And at first I thought I was going to use one piece, and then I decided, no, I don't want to use that. And I pull out my 12 by 12s, and then there was that piece. Used it somewhere. And there's my Close to My Heart dual pen. Everybody asks me about this, and I'll link this down below as well. It's my dual action glue pen. I love using this for cut files. It is stinking amazing. So I'll link it down below just to let you know. So my title for this journaling is for this journal page for my Traveler's Notebook is going to be called A Jar Full of Love. And I'm going to put the hearts in the middle like they're, and you'll see how I make this act like it's a jar full of love. So here I am, I'm cutting this out, and I get this ready to go. Obviously everybody knows how to fussy cut, so I'm sorry I'm off a little bit off camera. I do try to stay in camera with it, but essentially it happens, sometimes I'm off. And here I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I may be answering somebody. Yeah, I probably was answering somebody. And so here I go. This is how I make it. Like the hearts are falling into the jar. So it looks like once you see that I put my title on, that it's like a jar full of love with like the hearts. And so I make it look like it's falling down. And then you'll start to see that I do a little bit of placement on here. And then with the magic of YouTube, you will see me go back in with those other hearts to place that same color that I used on the background of the jar on the open hearts. And there I go. And I'm pulling out, I think I was trying to find, oh, I'm back. So I glued everything down, and now I'm doing the photo. Lord have mercy. I think this is what I get for being only day 7 into Scraptember, and now I can't remember what I've done on these layouts, I swear. Welcome to the land of 30 days of scrapbooking, right? 30 videos in a row. So I'm just using up my scraps and making it look all, fun, full of color and all that kind of stuff, because this picture is in the month of April. We call it in the military Child of the Month. And they have tons of stuff that we can do for our children throughout the month of April. And we decided that on one of the days she got to do whatever she wanted. So she wanted to play in the craft room, and of course my daughter's always able to play in my craft room. I always allow her. But today that particular day, she wanted to be in there all day long. And so of course that put me in there all day long. And I was excited for that because it didn't bother me a bit. And then we took her to one of her favorite movies. I have to look up what that was, but that's going to be another Traveler's Notebook. And then we take her to her favorite restaurant, which is Applebee's, only because they serve her favorite mac and cheese, which really it's just Kraft macaroni and cheese, but because she doesn't get it at the house, she orders it there. So that has become her favorite restaurant. You know, mom's too picky on what she eats. Excuse me. And so I pull out this box of colors and I find the colors that I want. And I'm going to make my title out of these little guys. Now, I do have to say with these little guys, you do need a little bit of glue. They don't stick, at least for sure, towards this type of paper. So I just got out my Tombow. And I know you can't see what the title is, but I make it where it says jar full of hearts is what the title is. Because they're so glittery and shimmery, you can't really see it. And because the pink has got gold lettering, the blue one that I just put down has got gold lettering, the is got silver lettering, but you should be able to see the word heart. If not, it says hearts. And I kind of make the word heart kind of trickle down in there to make it look like it's fallen into the jar. So here I am, I'm just placing the word heart, and I'm just trying to get all of the other colors that, yeah, you can't see it on there, so I'm sorry, but it says hearts. And you can't really see the colors that I'm picking out, but this particular one's got like the rainbow colors, so I'm just trying to match up the colors that are in the papers that I used in the photo in the word hearts. And I do get out all of her stickers and stuff for shimmers from Shamel from the Glitter Girl, and I place a bunch of stuff down. So make sure, while I'm going through all of this and you're seeing this go down, make sure that you go check out a few people. Number one, this is for Cut It Out. Lisa and I brought this back in the month of September, probably in October. And make sure you go check out her layout to see her take on this particular cut file. All of the links will be down below to the cut file and to Lisa's channel. Second of all, you've got to go check out Natalie Bowers and Laura Alberts to make sure that you go check out all of their layouts. And there is a ton of us. I just know that we kind of collaborated together to put all of our channels on ours, but there's tons of people out there doing Scraptember. You type in Scraptember into YouTube and you should be able to find everybody. There's tons of us doing it. So I just want to give out a shout out to everybody. Obviously, thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you for staying with me. It is amazing to see all of the comments. I love them all. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I think I got it all out before this video is done. That was a lot, and it's going to be a lot towards until the end of Scraptember because there's so much going on. So back to the Traveler's Notebook. I got out all of the stuff for Glitter Girl, and this little camera there, it's one of those ones that if you move it, the word snap will go away and then it stays, so it's kind of that interactive holographic, I think is what it's called. I'm not for sure, but anyway, whatever that is, it's one of those. Sorry about my phone. And so I put this little girl down, this little girl that Shamel made. I love it. I think it's perfect. She wears her hair up all the time. She has glasses. It works out. And happened to find a couple of different things, so I'm just placing a little bit of embellishment down. And I thought was done. After this, I kind of looked at it and I was like, okay, I'm going to be done. But then I was like, well, how am I going to journal? Because the gold thing of it is a little bit. So I get my date on there. So I put the date down, which was April of this year. And I just kind of placed the date in different little areas. So I was trying to see if I could use this particular one. I can't. So I got all these other ones. I've got a Dear Lizzie one. I've got Amy Tan. I got a Chanel one. I don't know what I used. That one I think is a bunch of hearts that I place on there. One is called Priorities. I think is another one I used. Another one had XOXO, and that's what I put down. A bunch of different ones on these Rolodams, and I think I use them all. And so that's what so then I thought I was done. So here I am. I'm going through everything, thinking, oh, everything looks good. But then I'm like, well, how am I going to journal? So I was going to start, and then I was like, wait a minute. I went back into the 6x6, and there I pull out the one that has the ice cream on it because I placed the ice cream behind the photo or the picture of that camera. And so I distress that like I always do on everything, and then I write down about how we went to our favorite restaurant and all that stuff. And the close-ups will be at the end, and this will be calling it done. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope to talk to you tomorrow. Bye!